I asked Keith Jackson what it meant for him to watch a matchup such as this, and what was his biggest matchup by far, covering numerous amounts of Rose Bowl games.
Characterized the quickness and speed of the Oregon team as like going rabbit hunting barefooted. I don't know if the Badgers can do that, but I'll tell you one thing: they'll give it a go. Because the history of that school and the athletic teams of that school is, you missed this time, but we'll get you the next time, and it's 4 quarters. If you remember in the game the other night at Michigan State, Wisconsin took the second quarter off. They all had a nap and gave up a 21-7 lead and got caught. But when it came to grind time, they were right there. And they'll be like that against Oregon too. It's just it's a classic matchup of guys who believe they're stronger than you are, more stubborn than you are, and they don't give a damn how fast you can run. We can still shoot you down. So come on, boy, let's go play. It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. You remember when the local teams dominated it, and the Trojans made it their second home for a long time. And then the Big Ten came in and they beat everybody for so many years until the Huskies turned it around and made it a competition. And I think it has grown in stature since that time. There's so much to it. It's a socio-economic thing for the city of Pasadena because it's important. But it's more important than just money. There are a lot of things that are more important than money, but somehow the world's having a hell of a time realizing it right now. But I just think it's a symbol of time, symbol of the good old days, and it's sustained itself despite the bad old days. And I've often told the story about when the Tournament of Roses started, and they were looking for something to finish the Tournament of Roses, the crowning event, the door closer for the season, and they came up with a college football game. Well, old Fielding Yost came out here with the Michigan Wolverines and beat Stanford 4-9, and forget that. So they tried chariot racing, and they tried ostrich racing, and all that kind of stuff. And the chariot racing didn't work too good because the drivers wanted to form a union. That didn't fly. Ostrich racing, the cranky old bird kicked the chairman's wife in the stomach, and that's how ostrich became an entree. So, you know, there's a lot of wonderful history. I just don't think that I want to, in my mind, but I'm old now, I'm 83 years old. I think of it the way I want to, and I don't really give a damn how anybody else thinks about it. I know what I believe. But it's just a piece of Americana. And let's don't give it to one town. Let's make it open to anybody who wants to come or who can earn their way here. Because I was a little old kid sitting in a rocking chair in front of a big old fireplace down on a farm right on the Georgia-Alabama line. 2 years later, I was in the Marine Corps in China. So that's how quickly things changed for me in those years, but I had never forgot listening on the old battery radio to the Rose Bowl. And there was a story passed around for years, and as far as I know, it's true. But one day down on the farm, my grandmother said to my mother, "Your kid's out there in the cornfield working all right, but he's talking to himself. You better see about it." And so I came in to get my cornbread lunch, and lo and behold, Mom jumped all over me for, "What are you doing out there talking to yourself?" And I said, "I'm not talking to myself. I'm entertaining myself because I'm sending Walter Mitty over the goal line in the Rose Bowl."